Alas, I am revealing the recipe from my famous Cloud 9 raw chocolate. This raw chocolate I created after a long journey with raw foods and my inspiration for the antioxidant and health benefits of raw chocolate. I don't eat this food anymore, but I wanted to share this recipe with you because I think that it's a really fun way for people to get connected to raw foods. And that's actually why I decided to start the company, Cloud 9 Raw Chocolate, was to help give people a taste of something delicious that put them on Cloud 9, that made them feel loved, that made them feel nurtured, that made them feel nourished in ways they perhaps hadn't experienced before, that would make them want to learn more about raw food. So I wanted to give you this recipe for free so that you would have this in your pocket, so that you could make this at your own home. The ingredients are expensive and hard to find, but nonetheless, you can make it yourself. It's actually not that hard, not that time consuming, and it actually does have some incredible health-giving benefits, but it has to be taken on rare occasion. I don't eat it anymore. As I said, it's not a part of my repertoire. I stopped the company because it just wasn't my calling to make chocolate and give it, but I have to tell you that people still call me today, ask me for the recipe, ask me to please keep making it. I have a tremendous amount of demand still for this chocolate. So I'm giving this away free with a download so that you can have the taste that the Masterchef tasters tasted that led them to bring me to the finals for Masterchef. I'm giving this to you for the best of Expo East, according to the Vegetarian Times. I'm giving you that which is sought after and talked about even years after the company has stopped. So I'm giving this to you so that you can download the video and learn about the newer recipes that I've been cultivating and developing that create an even healthier you. So without further ado, I would like to start with the first two ingredients, and that would be coconut butter, which is really divine, really lovely, and as you can see, it's at room temperature, so it's completely solid, but delicious. You can break it off and have a little chunk. And this is cacao butter. So this actually comes from chocolate, it's extracted, and these two are completely, I cannot work with them at this temperature, so I have to very gently and very slowly melt them. So I'm going to do that over here on very gentle heat. So now that the coconut butter and the cacao butter are emulsified, they're completely one. They've come together as one. So beautifully, it's like a really beautiful cream. And if you smell it, it's like a little bit of heaven. So next step is to make the date paste. So we're going to take dates. These are Medjool dates, and they're pitted. And I'm going to go ahead and just put them in the food processor until they form a paste. This is a really important step. And honestly, you need a food processor. You can't do it any other way. Trust me, I've tried. So these were ultra moist dates, and so they made a butter really fast. If your dates are a little bit drier, they're not gonna create the same kind of butter. But if you see, it's created like a ball, and it's like a cream. It's become like a date cream. And this is really the sweetener for the chocolate. So I'm gonna give it one little swirl. So now I'm gonna add salt. I do add a nice bit of salt to this. A nice, about a teaspoon. A little more. You add a lot of salt. And then I have some sun-dried vanilla that I'm going to add to this as well. You don't want to add too much, but you do want to add just enough. And then with this, I'm going to pour in the cacao butter and the coconut butter. Oops. Wow. So now we're ready for the cacao powder. So we're going to take about 10 ounces, maybe a little less, and we're going to mix this around in there too. I'm also going to add some blue-green algae. I like to add superfoods. This is not part of the original recipe, but this is kind of like my optimized version. Okay. Wow. Now, many of you probably already know how incredible raw chocolate is for you. I mean, it's very activating. For me, it's a little over-activating, but it has more antioxidants than any food on earth. It has incredibly absorbable magnesium and iron and potassium. It's really one of the most incredible foods I've ever seen in my life, and it sustains. The soldiers in South America used to take a cacao pod with them and would nourish them for 30 days. I mean, it's incredible. Cacao used to be used as a trade for money. So there's a huge history behind it. It's such a powerful food that women were prohibited from eating it because it made you too strong. It was considered only for males. So we'll mix this one more time. Here we go. And then now we're going to mix it with some walnuts. And so, you know, actually, this, as a child, I grew up going to the beach every summer, and where my mother would go to the beach was in Ocean City, Maryland. And there's a famous store there where we as kids used to always go, and we used to always get fudge. And my favorite fudge growing up was walnut fudge. And so actually this recipe was in efforts to recreate that, because I think we all have those childhood memories of things that we loved, and this was one of them. So I'm just basically going to do something a little fun, actually. I just wanted to get the size. So I'm going to coat it with the hemp seeds, and then I'm going to slice it now. And so we have one of the creamiest, most delicious fudge, raw chocolate fudge treats that it's actually pretty quick to make. Every ingredient in it is incredibly life-giving, and it's just divine. So enjoy, and I hope that you can make this and for a special occasion and just to have fun and to introduce people to the idea that eating healthy food tastes great, makes you feel great, it increases your longevity, and investing in your health today is an investment for your future. Enjoy.